The Gamasutra job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location is Finland. Remedy Entertainment, the creator of Quantum Break, Max Payne, Alan Wake, and Death Rally, and one of the leading independent game studios in the world, is looking for a technical producer for a key role working on Remedy's projects. While working as a technical producer, you will be managing the technical aspects of the project and will help maintain the master schedule. Daily activities include planning, managing, documenting and tracking project schedules and workflows, managing trade-offs and eliminating blockers, requirements and qualifications. The ideal candidate will also have what is in it for you. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. Activision Blizzard Own King has shut down 2 of its US-based studios following yesterday's news that Activision Blizzard initiated mass layoffs that ultimately affect 8% of the company's overall workforce. The report yesterday said that the King-owned mobile game studio Z2 Live was shutting down as a result of Activision Blizzard's restructuring plans, resulting in the loss of 78 jobs. The Swedish website Breakit has since confirmed that closure and found that King San Francisco studio is shutting down as well. We considered that the right thing for King is to run a studio network in Europe to give us much greater focus in our game development. The teams in the United States have fantastic creative and talented people working with them, but we believe that this decision is the right one to fulfill our long-term strategy. Reads a translation of Charlie Tests, King's communications manager, comments to Breakit. We make these difficult decisions so that we can grow in a sustainable way. We believe that these changes will enable us to do just that, and are convinced of our approach. We make this decision to give us a much stronger focus on developing good gaming concepts throughout our European studio network. Rumors of coming Activision Blizzard layoffs in the hundreds first circulated last week, and the company made that decision official in an earnings call yesterday shortly after announcing that the company saw record earnings that quarter. The restructuring effort sees 8% of the company's overall workforce laid off, making for an estimated 800 developers affected. Those layoffs seek to, in the words of CEO Bobby Kotick, fund a 20% increase in developers directly working on Call of Duty, Candy Crush, Overwatch, Warcraft, Hearthstone, and Diablo by deprioritizing initiatives that are not meeting expectations, and reducing administrative positions and certain other, due to non-development roles across its studios. The Fairplay Alliance, a cross-industry initiative focused on fostering fair play in online games, has announced it will return for the 2019 Game Developers Conference next month with an all-day Fair Play Summit. This year the summit will be expanded in size due to its popularity at DD 2018. Over 90 gaming companies are part of the FIL, including Blizzard Entertainment, Kyrian, Discord, Electronic Arts, Epic Games, Riot Games, Roblox, Rovio, Supercell, Twitch, Torhad Security, Ubisoft, unity, and the well-being of calm. Together, the FP supports game developers through sharing and developing best practices for helping games become a space free of abuse and discrimination, while supporting awesome player interactions through design. There will be an entire day of Fairplay Summit talks on Wednesday, March 20th, 2019 from members of the Alliance guests. In addition, the summit will be recorded and archived for later free viewing on the GDVOT. Attendees can expect presentations with a focus on sharing of best practices, design pillars and actionable frameworks as takeaways. Topics include: if you are looking to learn more about the Fairplay Alliance, please visit its official website. For more details on GDC 2019 visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, OS. Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Violence is at the center of most video games, and it is quite understandable as to why. Violence is ingrained into the DNA of some of the most popular genres, from first-person shooters to action-adventures. In many ways, this is what makes Shade, a new open-world adventure game about a traveling painter, feel like somewhat of an oddity. Shade takes the open-world structure of a game like The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim or Beat on a small scale, and argues that the paintbrush is mightier than the sword, letting players solve problems not with their fists, but with their art. For the project's founder Danny Weinbaum and the rest of Shade Studios, creating a game that eschewed violence in this way for painting proved incredibly challenging. How much freedom do you give players to create their own paintings? And in lieu of action, how do you create a satisfying gameplay loop that is both fun and reinforces the game's central themes through a mixture of trial and error and some clever technical tricks, such as using shader effects to slowly reveal the painting? They arrived at some satisfying solutions to the problems they were having. When it came to making this shade, the world came first. Weinbaum had worked as an environment artist on AAA games, like Sucker Punch Productions, Infamous, Second Son, prior to striking out on his own. So he wanted to make a game that had a sense of place first and foremost. Initially, we just wanted to make a world, he says. That was the main goal. But then we also wanted to, we did not want it to be a straight walking simulator. We really wanted it to have some sort of game loop in there. The team's first attempt at this involved introducing survival mechanics early on in the development. Weinbaum added different status bars for hunger, thirst, and melody. It was hoped that this would provide another layer to the game for players to engage with. But things did not quite go so according to plan. Those were like a train wreck, he explains, because they were totally opposite to what we wanted the player to be doing in the game. It was like we want players to enjoy the world, and take it slow and look at the sights on top to people. But then we were just like making their borders slide down. On account of this, the team started stripping back the survival mechanics to guarantee that players could actually explore at their own pace and smell the flowers. The game does still borrow some elements from survival games here and there. You must collect materials and recipes to craft, and at night staying outdoors too long in the cold without wearing a coat can result in you respawning back at the last bed you slept in. The difference now is that they no longer pose a significant obstruction to the players while out exploring, with individuals able to gather materials fairly easily and sleep in beds or tents to skip till the morning. Around this time, Jacqueline C. Adlow, the co-designer on the project, suggested painting as the central premise of the game. This proved to be a popular idea, and soon the team started to prototype a version of the game. The first time Jacqueline proposed the painting thing, it sounded really hard to me.